They walk into this school with the hope of sharpening their young minds, each dawn bringing its own promise. And as they parade here, their devotion is fast to the Almighty. They are reminded of the nationalism that glues the country together from here in Mandera County to the 46 others that make up the nation. But that nationhood has been under threat from the insecurity that has rocked this border county for years now. In fact, today's assembly is laced with the bitter truth that 10 of their teachers have vowed never to return to the county.
There is a lot of crisis. We have combined you, particularly the history class, Form 3. You are over 100 and we have put you in one class. We want you to persevere with us.
At the core of the turmoil is last year's terror attacks when suspected Al-Shabaab militants ambushed a bus and butchered 28 passengers, among them 24 teachers. A week later, the country would wake up to the news of another incursion in which 36 quarry workers in Koromei were mowed down. The twin attacks brought home the reality of the terror threat in a county that borders Somalia, Kenya's lawless eastern neighbor. As teachers defied orders by the Teacher Service Commission to go back to school or lose their jobs, their union weighed in with instructions not to budge. The tug of war has left the education sector in the county on its knees.
There's no one Kiswahili teacher in the school. We used to have 3 of them, all from down Kenya. As a principal, if you look at the timetable now, my load is 30. I teach 30. So to balance between the office work and the student, most parents even complain, this teacher, this principal, why is he not coming?
The school's agony is shared by Moi Girls Secondary, a national school whose 17 teachers are yet to return 2 months on.
After we came, that is on Monday, we were very shocked to hear that our teacher didn't want to report just because of the insecurity.
The school has now contracted 6 university graduates and 11 university students who are striving to bridge the gap. Challenges that compromise learning remain.
Sometimes a teacher is supposed to have 2 classes at a go. So he goes to one class, leaving behind the other class and attended to.
The teacher situation in this county has reduced these students in 4K to noisemaking and idling as they await their teacher who is currently teaching chemistry in 4P to join them for biology.
Kuna wakati ingine hata it force you ufunze lunch hours. Kutoka at least wakati wanastahili waende lunch, at least una retain kwa class. Wakitoka tena huko jioni naye 5 to 6 unafunza those times.
That's very good. Hydrogen sulfide. Yeah, most of you will do it. You learn this in under sulfide. It's called hydrogen sulfide gas.
Abdallah, one of the contracted BUG teachers, is a second-year university student teaching sciences at the school. And while he walks the tightrope of time management, his principal is worried of what will happen to her students if the situation doesn't improve.
Some of them might be going back next term. And what I know is that this term they will be with us. By next term, most of them will be going back.
Mandera County has 210 primary schools and 45 secondary schools that host a combined total of 91,000 learners. Even though authorities say secondary schools are worst affected by the crisis, primary schools face a similar predicament, with over 340 primary school teachers reported to have shunned the county. With a population of over 3,000 pupils, Mandera Arid Zone Primary School has suffered a deficit of 10 teachers. Only one non-local teacher has resumed his duties.
Formerly, we had the ratio of 1 teacher to 60, 1 teacher to 70. But as we are talking now, we are talking to the ratio of 100 to 120. So within 35 minutes, a teacher cannot teach 120 children. He cannot mark the exercise books of 120 children.
The congestion you see here has turned the learners into victims of the current stalemate affecting Mandera County, their hope being that a lasting solution will be reached sooner rather than later.
To offset the cost of hiring new teachers, the county government has chipped in to recruit 260 teachers in secondary schools. Together with the cost of hiring another batch of teachers for primary schools, county officials estimate it will cost 5 million shillings per month.
Each volunteer we give out 10,000 as an incentive. And then also the principals just top up with something, and then we move on with that from February, March.
I've also, contacted retired teachers from this county to come back and see the possibility of the county government rehiring them on contractual basis.
In February, the Teacher Service Commission advertised over 1,000 teaching positions in Mandera, Garissa and Wajir counties. 600 were to be deployed to Mandera, but by the end of February, the response has been discouraging.
In fact, the form is with us here. We have not received any applications so far.
I wish education will have been a devolved function. Had it been so, then there could have been a budgetary allocations in terms of making sure that we do recruitment per se.
The question is whether the measures being taken now are enough.
For now, I don't think it is a solution, because right now schools are facing serious shortages. And as a government, they must move on.
Amidst the predicament, stakeholders in Mandera have one appeal.
We have students that are now in Form 4. We have others that are in Class 8. They need your support. They need your guidance. They need your mentorship. I will appeal to you to come back.
But we wanted them to come back because we are adapted to them, and we can understand much from them. We wanted teachers to be employed so that we can continue reading like the rest of the country.
Tomorrow, we bring you the story of challenges a teacher faces in Mandera. We speak to 2 non-local teachers who have chosen to return to duty despite condemnation from their colleagues. Sam Gituku, Citizen TV, Mandera County.